doing? And welcome to this edition of Biker Angle 728. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to all those that are doing a lot of the commenting in the comment section of the videos, especially Wayne, Jack, Long Rider, and Hog Dog, John O, and some of the other guys out there, Live Free, and all that good stuff. Thanks, guys, for getting involved. And you guys have some really good comments, man. Real educational from what you guys think and all that good stuff. And Matthew, kick on, man. And there's a lot more. So if I missed you guys, don't kick me in the butt, man. CB, well, it's Chuck, but it's CB I call him. So, but with that, let's get going into the news this morning. We got some interesting stuff going on. Out of Seneca, South Carolina, a man who became a Christian 2 years ago and a member of Bikers for Christ. You know what? I really like that organization, Biker for Christ. It's a real cool organization. Was remembered in a vigil Friday night at his church where a hit-and-run driver took his life earlier this week. Larry Stearns, 68, was turning into the Grace Baptist Church in Seneca at about 11 a.m. Thursday when a red pickup truck struck his motorcycle from behind. The pickup truck left the scene, leaving Stearns in the roadway. Great. He died at the hospital during surgery, the coroner said. The pastor of Grace Baptist said he met Stearns 2 years ago, adding that Stearns had given his life to Christ and joined the biker ministry. Friends and church officials gathered for a candlelight vigil at Grace Baptist on Wells Highway in Seneca. Quote, "Let's all remember him as the smiling, chuckling friend he was," Sean Dobbs posted. He recently went through open heart surgery and all he could talk about was getting well so he could get back on his bike. "See ya, brother. Love you more than you'll ever know." Troopers look for hit-and-run driver. Meanwhile, the highway patrol is continuing to look for the driver of the truck that hit Stearns, Trooper Joe Havis said. Havis said the suspected vehicle is a red, older model Ford pickup truck. Troopers also released a picture of the man who they say was driving the truck. There could be possible damage to the front and undercarriage of the vehicle, troopers said. According to the Iron Horse Motorcycle Lawyers Facebook, a $2,000 reward is being offered for information leading to the arrest and conviction in the case. I gotta get that up on Insane Throttle. If you have any information about the driver or vehicle, you are asked to contact the South Carolina Highway Patrol at 864-241-1000 or Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. If you guys got any information on this, man, get it out to these guys. You know, getting run down in a hit and run, that's bullshit. But, man, that pisses me off. Anyway, motorcycle club wants a clubhouse in Peru. A motorcycle club, Brothers of Darkness, asked for special use of 1024 Center Street for a clubhouse. And the matter was sent to the Planning Zoning Commission. How much you want to bet they're going to give them all kinds of hell? What is a special use? Asked Alderman Dave Pothoff. Corporate Counsel Doug Schwecke said the group specifically wants a manufacturing zone to allow motorcycle clubs. This ain't no surprise right here. On behalf of the police department, I'll be there to raise objections, said Peru Police Chief Doug Burnaby. So, you guys get on the phone with this Peru chief and let them have it. Because they tried to pull this with a club out of Wisconsin that we covered. And even one of the councilmen or councilwomen that worked for Harley Davidson went against the club. So, the special use is a way of them keeping motorcycle clubs out of the area. Mayor Scott Harrell asked if the city had to grant Brothers of Darkness a hearing. Schrecker said yes. The request is on the agenda for Zoning Commission at 6 p.m. August 1st, according to an agenda on the city website. Quote, "Primarily, I'm concerned about ingress and egress where it's located. There's only one way in and one way out. Yeah, that's bullshit. Burnaby said this morning, from public safety standpoint, I'm really concerned about the location. No, that's just another way of trying to keep a motorcycle club out of their area. And this is the tool that they're going to use to try to keep them out. That's what they do, is through the planning and zoning. But lastly, I love this story right here, man. This one's a killer one. Hats off to the Angels right here, man. And this happened out of Oz, or Australia. Hell's Angels, they call them bikies out there. We call them bikers. They're bikies, what they call them. Exposed for having an alleged relationship with a prison guard. They call it. Gang member Christian Manu Birch was jailed at the Manus Correction Center. Birch allegedly groomed Mary prison guard Linda Russell. The alleged guard-inmate relationship is just the latest to be exposed this week. Hey, you had to get them some, man. It sucks being behind bars. You got to get some. Anyways, a Hells Angels bikie is the latest criminal exposed for having an alleged relationship with a female prison officer behind bar. Gang member Christian Manu Birch was jailed at the Manus Correctional Center in February of 2011, where he met and allegedly groomed Mary prison officer Linda Russell. Birch, a member of the Sydney Chapter City Crew, was jailed for 7.5 years for supplying a commercial amount of the party drug GHB. Miss Russell allegedly had a sexual affair with Birch while he was in prison at Manus Correctional Center, a minimum security men's prison on the border of New South Wales and Victoria. Mrs. Russell's, I love this one too. This is some funny shit, man. Hands off. Husband also reportedly worked at the jail while the relationship was playing out. That is a bad rock on. That's cool shit right there. An inside source revealed details of the sordid affair, saying people soon grew suspicious of their close relationship. Quote, Birch groomed Linda, telling her she looked pretty and enjoyed their monthly catch-ups, they told the Daily Telegraph. It happened easily because Manus is an open minimum security facility with lower staffing levels. Well, you know what? When you're behind bars doing time, even the ugliest, ugliest woman looks good about that time. When Birch was transferred to a different prison, Miss Russell quit her job soon after. A corrective services spokesman said there was an internal investigation into an alleged relationship between an inmate and former prison guard at the Manus Correctional Center. The revelation comes after Kempsey prison guard Amy Connors was exposed for having an alleged relationship with inmate Sion Parissini in prison for killing police officer Glenn McAley in 2002. Under current laws, it is not a criminal offense to have sex with a prisoner. It is considered a breach of code of conduct. Connors is expected to be formally charged with misconduct in public office for the alleged relationship. Corrections Service Minister David Elliott is now considering tougher measures to stop prison guards and inmates entering into an inappropriate relationship. The terms of reference will include this relationship, Mr. Elliott said. Oh, poor Mr. Wizard, man. He has his guards out there having fun with the inmates. And, hey, it's a stress reliever to me, man. Hey, it keeps down violence, don't it? Oh, man, you gotta love that Hell's Angel, man. Oh, man. Anyway, later today, we got Motorcycle Madhouse, episode 39 is going to be coming out. In that episode, IOTC posted a really good comment from one of their readership or audience, whatever you call it. But the post was a real good one where he called out a lot of the, how could you say it, a lot of, it was actually a really good fucking post. But a lot of the hypocrisy that's going on inside the motorcycle club scene and stuff that's going on you know, on the internet with the internet warriors and stuff like that. I actually did a piece yesterday on this with the Mongols moving to Texas. So, you know, you'll get kind of an idea of what I'm going to be talking about in, you know, Motorcycle Madhouse episode 39. That comes out at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time today. Also, Tuesday, I had a really damn good interview with one of the oldest clubs in the world. They actually got started in 1903, and that was what's called Yonkers MC out of New York. They actually started as a bicycle club in 1895, I believe it was. So, but don't forget that's Tuesday, today at 1 o'clock. This will be the post I'll be addressing. Let me read it to you real quick, and you know, because it's something that's a really good conversation piece. And it's quote, check it out. You know, I've been around a good bit, and I'm constantly seeing some stuff occur all around me that is really killing clubs. It seems that the club dream has turned into a nightmare. Everyone who purchases a motorcycle club seems to be obligated to either start or join a club or organization. This can sometimes be okay, because all the clubs are not going to survive on ancient graybeards. This often leads to a lot of guys infiltrating the club and turning it out like some kind of cheap whore. Some of you clubs want to point the finger at the pop-up clubs, or feds, but the reality is, as a culture, we are doing this to ourselves because we base ourselves on hypocrisy and our values have gone out the window. I agree 100% with that statement right there, man. For example, and I'm going to name drop here because it's about high time some names got dropped. If you're a club and you're participating in the cannibalism of the culture, then you need to be told so in hopes that you can try and fix it. You are all have a common theme in hating new clubs. Sons of Anarchy. It isn't, if it wasn't for Sons of Anarchy, you guys always say, well, guess who made Sons of Anarchy legitimate by having roles on the show? Yes, the Hells Angels. I'm not saying every Hells Angel endorses the SOA TV show, but when legendary men like Sonny Barger are playing roles, you are sending a message to the world and the general public that this is how club life is. You guys' next complaint is that club pop-ups overnight with a ton of chapters and patch members. This is mainly aimed at the Kinfolk MC and the Iron Order MC. Two distinct examples of two distinct different spectrums. While we all know the Iron Order is a club who's made it their thing to encourage snitching and have ATF members within their ranks, the Kinfolk were started by a guy who was working for the FBI. If you join the Iron Order, you know full well what you're doing, or you're too ignorant to be in this life to begin with. The situation in Texas is pretty remarkable because the old guard is failing to the wayside and mass exoduses are spawned by the Kinfolk. They have their problems. They supposedly got rid of Chopper when they found out he was a rat. They supposedly have ex-cops. Well, guess what? A lot of you clubs have ex-cops in them and ex-COs. That's true. It's true. This will blow some of you supporters' minds when you find out your favorite teams have had cops in them. I would name them, but it's all of them. Some embrace them as good brothers. Some kick them out when they find out. It is what it is, but really, it's just another talking point for trying to claim you are more righteous than other guys. The Kinfolk can't simply be deemed a pop-up club because look what just happened in Texas. The Mongols popped off with 11 chapters, and that's something I addressed in my video yesterday. So you might, I think it's episode 726, and Mongols Coming to Texas is the video name. Doing the exact same thing the Kinfolk did. They took in ex-banditos and bandito support, but nobody is going to say anything on sites such as these, and he's talking about the Iron Order Truth Crew site. because, quote, oh, they're a respected and traditional club all over the country. They are fast-tracking guys into their club because they need bodies to fork over the legal fees. Open your eyes. And it really goes on and on, which he's got a lot of good points. And again, I addressed these in the Madhouse today. It comes out again at 1 o'clock. So another thing, I've been getting a lot of questions about doing a live show. And as soon as I figure out how to do it, I think I'll do one once a month. And if you guys got any, suggestions for, either the beginning of the month, ending of the month, middle of the month, when it'd be best, and all that jive, I'll do one on YouTube, and we can get some question and answers and all that stuff going. But, August is upon us, so it's quickly approaching. If you're up north and all that good stuff, starting to get ready. What is it, like 160 days until winter or some shit like that? So get out there, ride, be safe. And again, if you have any information on that South Carolina deal that I was reading at the beginning of this program, make sure you get that number, call them fucking cops, and see if you can find this guy that killed that biker, that hit and run guy. So, yeah, I'm usually not for cops, but when it comes to this kind of shit, yeah, his family needs closure, and it's bullshit that it was a hit and run and left that guy, just there to die. That's some coward-ass fucking shit right there. But with that, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, and be safe out there.